What's poppin', guys? Gar Champion here. And the next part in the Hashira series, we are going to be covering OBANAI IGURO, the Serpent Hashira. I've actually covered this character in a previous video already, so it's time for an update because he definitely appeared a lot here in the Hashira training arc. A few things I won't be covering in this video are my experiences with Eric Scott Kimmerer, the English voice actor for OBANAI, as well as the Funko review, because I don't want to cover the same material twice. So only the character breakdown. Go check out this video up here in the corner. If you want to check out the review and my experience with the voice actor, it'll also be in the description below if you missed this little card. Plus, you guys can see how much these videos have changed and evolved since that was actually my second video I've ever done for the Funko reviews. So for the contents of this video, we're only going to be focusing on an updated character breakdown. So let's coil up and bite into this video. OBANAI IGURO, the Serpent Hashira. We get a very special treat from Ufotables. As the opening of the season, we got to see a badass fight scene with Sanemi and OBANAI that was not featured in the manga. One thing about this series is that some of the coolest characters, as in the Hashiras, we don't get to see them in action until basically the ending and the highest point in the series. So we get deprived of character bonding experience as a viewer, but it's also kind of the point with the Hashira training arc. With the treat that the anime gave us within the very first episode, we got to see two breathing forms for both Sanemi and OBANAI, as well as get introduced to the Infinity Castle in a very fun way. OBANAI created his own breathing style, Serpent Breathing, which is developed from water breathing. There are 5 forms within Serpent Breathing. First form, Wind Serpent Slash. The user moves like a snake and slashes several times in a winding pattern. Second form, Venom Fangs of the Narrow Head. The user dashes behind their opponent at blinding speeds and swiftly attempts to behead them. Third form, Coiled Choke. The user circles their opponent and slices them up from various directions. Fourth form, Twin-Headed Reptile. Leaps in a forward motion and performs a horizontal slash. Fifth form, Slithering Serpent. The user curves their sword in multiple directions and slices their opponent. It is able to decapitate multiple enemies at once. Given the nature of the breathing style, water breathing makes sense as it is a very flowing-like style, just like how water breathing does. His sword is quite unique as it is shaped like a slithering snake. This is actually a real thing. Chris is the name of this Indonesian-style dagger. The holster for his sword is unique and custom to his blade. It would be impossible to take out in a normal sheath, so he was given a special scabbard instead. This is made of leather and separated vertically instead of horizontally. It is held together with weak magnets. This blade and scabbard are made by the son of the swordsmith village, Gantetsu. Unfortunately, his backstory is locked away in later arcs, so we still won't know more about him until upcoming fights. But I will give a minor spoiler, as it is not too crazy, and I'm sure you already could have figured it out by now. He is partially blind in one eye. Can you guess which one it is? Comment your answer below, and I'll give the answer here at the end of the video. This is an important detail because the snake buddy, Kubumaru, aids him in a unique way. OBANAI speaks Parseltongue, as he is able to receive information from his snake, which aids him with his fighting style. The snake can read and predict attacks from a target and relays the information to OBANAI. We do not see this in action yet, but it's not going to ruin upcoming plots, so I figured it was okay to include. We have seen earlier in the story that OBANAI has a good relationship with Mitsuri. We finally are given a little bit more detail about that here in the newest arc. Mitsuri writes to OBANAI about how Tanjiro was training under her and she seemed to enjoy him a lot. We see him enraged and plans to give him hell when he makes his way to the training. And he sure does. With this bit of information, it is easy to assume that OBANAI has a thing for Mitsuri, especially since he gave her socks that she wears and goes out to eat with her. During the Hashira training, we see that he trains with Sanemi and Muchiro at nights to help strengthen their abilities as well. It was commented too that if any of them would have let their guards down for even a second, that they would have been seriously hurt. So this indicates that the 3 of them are near the same level of strength. With that said, how did OBANAI rank in the arm wrestling contest with the Hashira? He actually got 8th, which is odd given that we were just shown that the 3 of them were equal at sparring. We get to see an extra where he is explaining to Shinobu, like he's embarrassed, that the skill varies from strength. A fun little thing to take out of this is that Kubumaru seems to have a thing for Shinobu. At least he has good taste. Thumbs up. And lastly, I will address the answer to the blind question from earlier. It is his right eye. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the Hashira series, as we are almost halfway through already. If you haven't seen previous ones, there's going to be a playlist here, as well as a video I think you will like. If you like this video, consider subscribing and dropping a like. Thank you, and have a good day.